Welcome to our podcast,
Real Marriage
Real Talk with Mr. and Mrs. Eagleton.
Today it's also known as Two Idiots with a Microphone.
Yes, our lovely daughter told us, any idiot with a microphone, when we were talking about the podcast.
We sent her some of the episodes before we put them in production. And we were just talking about people and doing podcasts.
Yes.
And she said what?
Any idiot with a microphone can start a podcast. And we looked at each other. We were like,
did you hear her? She just called us idiots.
Are we the idiots she's talking about?
And then she said, present idiots not included.
Right. Present idiots excluded is what she said. Yeah.
So today's podcast is brought to you by Two Idiots.
Two idiots with a microphone. Well, today we're continuing on our from the previous episode where we're talking about sort of the first year of marriage, or even when you're getting into serious dating, and just general roles and responsibilities, or expectations of roles and responsibilities in relationships.
And again, whatever your expectations are, really based on your upbringing, what you saw growing up, who you saw doing what growing up.
Or assumptions. If you've never grown up in a married household and you think a wife is supposed to be here to serve me, that's her role. That's what you think. And you were like, what's wrong with that?
That sounds like a good deal. No.
That sounds amazing. But there are a large population of men, based on things that I see regularly in social media, where they feel like the value of a wife is what she can do for me, how she can serve me, service me, take care of me.
Did you say service me?
I did, yes. Because they feel their attitude is like, why else would I take on all the other things that comes with having, or potentially come with having, this woman in my life.
Right.
I asked recently, not to digress, but I asked recently an older gentleman and younger gentleman, and like the father of someone who's younger, one of our nephews, what is it that men are wanting in relationships? And the older gentleman was like, at his age, I said, at your age, what are men looking for in a relationship or in a marriage? And he paused for a moment and he said, men my age aren't looking to be in a relationship. And then he showed me a video on YouTube that talked about basically why if you're over 50, do not get into a relationship. And it went through all of these things, like she's going to essentially, you're going to have to dip into your money for her. She's going to wonder where you are. You don't have the freedom to go and do what you want to do. All of these negative things, right? When the statistics show that marriage is actually beneficial for men. They live longer, and not for women. Exactly. Right. So I thought that was interesting. But yeah. Roles and responsibilities. Like what are the expectations of a partner in a relationship?
And for men, it needs to be, how can I be an equal partner in the household? That needs to be the beginning of kind of those discussions.
Yeah.
Because I think the default is she'll take care of the kitchen, she'll take care of the food, she'll take care of the grocery shopping. Maybe I'll drive with her to the grocery store. Maybe. But kind of by default. And I don't know that it's always
calculated.
Yeah. It just sort of happens.
Right.
But it happens because the man doesn't say, I don't know what our family's eating, but I'm going to go to the grocery store. I'm making spaghetti tonight.
Right.
So dinner's covered for my family. And I didn't do it as a favor to my wife. I didn't do it to help her out. I did it because my family needs to eat tonight.
That's right.
I just made a plan. I enacted that plan. Hey, babe, I got dinner covered tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And the subtext is, you don't need to worry about that.
Yes.
If you were.
Mm-hmm.
But it would be good as a new couple, you say, you know what? I will be responsible for making dinner plans Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And you are responsible for making dinner plans Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday.
Perfect.
On Sunday, we fend for ourselves.
Or we eat
we
out
eat
or
out
something,
or
right.
whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a very good way to start breaking down the responsibilities of a household.
Right.
And if you have those deliberate conversations, then you can both understand what the expectations are.
True.
And that young man, most often, who did not grow up maybe doing those things, now I understand this is my responsibility. Not that I'm helping my wife.
Right.
We have decided as a couple to divide this up and to do it this way.
Because we are taking care of us.
Because we're taking care of us.
Yes.
And maybe it is I'm responsible for making our dinner plans, buying the food, planning the meal, cooking the meal, Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Mm-hmm.
On the days that I'm responsible for doing that part, your responsibility is to clean the kitchen.
That sounds
And then
great.
Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, the roles reverse.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're responsible for making sure. So I know on Monday, I'm responsible for the meal. You know on Monday, you're responsible for cleaning the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this week, maybe every other week, I'm responsible for the laundry.
Yes.
Or in our case, it was, I have no problem doing laundry. I don't mind. I actually like to wash, dry, and fold. I hate to put laundry away.
Mm-hmm.
And so for
I hear
us,
that.
it was, I don't mind doing laundry whenever it is. I just don't want to put it away.
Mm-hmm.
So I will wash, dry, fold all the laundry.
Mm-hmm.
And then you took it on as you're responsible for putting
put
that
everything
laundry
away.
away.
Right.
So you find what works for you in terms of cleaning the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind. I actually like washing dishes, loading the dishwasher.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to unload the dishwasher. And so for us, it was fine. I can do it. You like unloading the dishwasher. You don't like loading it. So you find a way that works for you, that's equitable, that you both can agree on, and nobody has to take a big burden of it.
True.
You enjoy cooking more than I do.
Mm-hmm.
And so I tend to clean the kitchen more than you do because you tend to cook more than I do.
True.
In this stage of our lives, though, we have a lot of conversations. I'll call you and decide, okay, I'm just doing dinner or we're going out tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So I hopefully I've removed some of that burden for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You've got to figure out what works for you, and having those discussions early on can help with that. Because then you're not arguing about it. This is my responsibility on these days. This is your responsibility, and it's very clearly laid out.
Mm-hmm. And let me interject something with this too, because we found this in certain situations. If your partner, either partner, is stepping up and taking on a responsibility, cooking, cleaning, whatever it is, when they're taking on that responsibility, it is very detrimental for you to criticize how they're doing it because they're getting it done. So if your spouse is loading the dishwasher to clean after you've cooked, and then you tell your spouse, you didn't load that right, you didn't put this in. Well, they're getting the job done. They're just not getting it done the way you would get it done.
Right.
So you find this his way or her way, our way to get things, to take care of stuff. But it is detrimental because if people feel criticized when they're trying to do something good, right? They're trying to offload the burden. They're trying to contribute. Then I don't feel very good about trying to continue to do this.
The funny thing is that scenario happens more often with the wife criticizing the husband. And then remember we had our small group, and there was a medical student in our small group, and I don't know if she was married or a boyfriend or whatever, but she was studying all day. He was at home. He decided to clean her house.
Yes.
Or clean the house. I don't remember if they were married or
because she was busy. She's a
right.
busy
She was
medical
really
student.
busy. So he decided to clean the house. And when she came in, she immediately criticized what he had done.
Yes.
Which means if you don't have clear responsibilities and expectations, he's never doing that again.
No.
He's done with that.
Or would he even try again anyway? Because he was trying to do something to offload that burden from her as a busy medical student. And she just made him feel bad about trying to do something to show his concern, his love, his understanding that she's so busy she can't get these things done.
Right.
And you've bitten my head off for doing it.
But she criticized it. He didn't do it the right way. He didn't, and some of that points to our immaturity.
True.
Versus, oh man, gratitude goes a long way.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know when I was going to be able to get that done. I really appreciate you doing the dishes.
Mm-hmm.
I really appreciate you doing the laundry for me.
Mm-hmm.
That was phenomenal. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Which goes a long way. And that goes a long way even when we have clear roles and responsibilities. A thank you goes a long way.
Yes. Yes.
So if it's your night to make dinner and you make dinner, there's nothing wrong with me saying, babe, thank you for making dinner.
Mm-hmm.
I really appreciate that you made dinner tonight.
It was your night, so
right.
why am
attitude kind of
why
being,
am I telling you thank you for what you're supposed
right,
to
being
do?
grateful and expressing that gratitude goes a long way because I appreciate because you appreciate what your partner, your spouse has done, which I think we sometimes neglect to do.
True. And I'll give an example. I always give people this example. When we first got married from the honeymoon, we got back, we were getting ready for work in the morning, and we were brushing our teeth. And he put toothpaste on his toothbrush. I grabbed the toothpaste and just like grabbed it and started squeezing. And you were like,
let me interject.
okay.
Let me interject. She did not follow the directions on the tube. Continue.
Just to be clear, my husband is a rule follower. He feels like directions are there for a reason. They're not suggestions. This is what's been proven.
The shampoo bottle tells you how to use it.
Wash, rinse, repeat as needed.
Lather, wash, rinse, repeat as needed.
So I could tell this was going to be a blow up with toothpaste because your response is like, well, what are you doing? You don't just squeeze the tube. You start from the bottom and you flatten it going up for the tube. And I was like, what are you talking about? This is toothpaste. I just need to get it out and use it.
I was like, look, this is what Colgate
you absolutely
Colgate says
read the directions
for
to be
best
on the
results.
Right.
If you do it the right way, it makes your teeth whiter.
Okay, no, that was not on the directions.
It said for best results.
Thank God for wisdom. I went to work that day. When I got off work, I went to the store. I bought 2 tubes of toothpaste. I gave him his tube, and I took mine. We were not, in my mind, we were not about to fight about toothpaste.
And so for 26 years, we have had
28.
separate.
Well, yeah, 26 since we've been married.
Years,
yes.
We have had separate tubes of toothpaste.
Right. And have we ever argued about toothpaste
No.
again or had a discussion?
No.
Absolutely not.
One is done correctly,
Okay.
and the other is done her way.
They get clean.
But the point of telling that is small things you can find simple solutions for small things. Or you could choose to let small things become big things.
True.
And I probably have tendencies for an obsessive kind of compulsive
some OCD
personality.
Mm-hmm.
I've been cured of that by being married somewhat.
And having children. Right.
But
it was a losing battle.
When I lived by myself, yes. Everything was in its place.
Yes.
The kitchen was clean all the time.
Yes.
Things were done.
Yes.
Saturdays
Pristine,
I did all the laundry,
yes.
cleaned the entire apartment.
Yeah.
Vacuumed, all of it.
Mm-hmm. He was cured of all of that in marriage. But we allowed you your spaces that we didn't touch or bother. Like you have your nightstand with the things in it and on it the way you want them.
So in an entire house?
Closet, your side of the closet is just how you want it. Be grateful.
So in an entire house, I have a nightstand that I can have the way I want.
Yes.
My sink.
Right. Yes, your side of the sink
closet.
in the bathroom.
I have 3 areas that I can have the way I guess I am.
Yes. Have an attitude of gratitude.
But this is probably a good segue to talk about how you handle conflict too. That's a very good story because it was a simple way to avoid repetitive discussions about something silly and
So
stupid.
small.
I mean,
Right.
in hindsight, that was dumb. I mean, it was silly on my part to even feel that way. That was kind of my
I don't agree with that.
okay.
I don't agree with that. I don't, and in relationship, I don't think you should ever minimize how your spouse is feeling about something. That is a part of who they are. There's something there that makes them feel that way. I don't think anyone's feelings should be invalidated.
Fair enough.
So that was my way of validating how you felt about it and saying, here, roll with it, with how you feel about it. But I don't have to fight you on how I feel about it and put us where we're opposing, I think it's this way and I think it's that way. As if one way is the right way and one way is not.
See, she said the right way.
No, I
You did say the right way. You put it in air
said,
quotes.
I said as if
Oh.
one way is the right way.
But it really is. So I guess the moral of that is, as a new couple, you don't have to fight about everything. And things that become issues, try to look for ways to resolve that issue amicably.
Yes, and it's about the
Simply.
issue.
Right.
Right.
Which will kind of get a segue. The other part of it is a big part of putting your life together with someone
Mm-hmm.
is figuring how we manage conflict. And in our next episode, we'll talk about some of our ground rules for managing conflict, resolving conflict, ground rules that we've kind of established over our 26 years of being married.
True, because it's
Not-
been an
not
evolution.
when we started on.
Exactly.
But join us next time when we talk about how to handle conflict and maybe some ground rules you put in place. Thank you on the Real Marriage, Real Talk with Mr. and Mrs. Eagleton.
You can also follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Mr. and Mrs. Eagleton.